Top of the second, Jermaine Dye busts out the whooping stick off Kirk Reuter, a two-run shot. Dye's fifth, 2-0 Braves. Two batters later, it's Steve Avery at the plate. And I guess in Montreal you could call it le whooping stick. His second home run, 4-0 Braves. And Yuppie bumming. Avery on his game, throwing ground balls in the sixth. Moises Alou to short. David Segui, grounder to short. Lenny Webster continues to make Jeff Glauser very busy. 12 of Avery's 21 outs in 7 innings were on ground balls. In the top of the seventh, Marquise Grissom welcomes himself back to Montreal with his 11th homer. The Braves are now 13-0 when hitting 3 or more homers in a game, and Steve Avery, the beneficiary of all that homering. Braves in the first facing Greg Maddux, and then he hits it off the facing of Greg Maddux, off the shin actually, and it rolls foul, and we have men on the corners now. Next batter, not much better for Maddux. Well, better in fact that he doesn't get hit with the ball. Moises Alou gets the base hit. Grzelcyk scores 1-0 Expos in the second inning. That looked like strike 3 to Mike Lansing, didn't it?
What he wanted to do there.
Well, it wasn't. It was called a ball, and the next pitch, base hit. Shane Andrews scores. It's 2-0 Expos. Sixth inning, Maddux still in. Expos up 2-1. Cliff Floyd on third. Shane Andrews on second. And Grzelcyk, base hit up the middle. Floyd scores. Here's Andrews trying to come around to score. Here he comes. Here's the throw. The play at the plate. He's safe.
Safe at the plate.
Bobby Clarks comes out to argue without the floss. And you could see that Andrews slides over Eddie Perez's tag. Nifty, huh? He's safe. Next batter, Lansing, and the tapper in front of the plate, Maddux. Cat-like. One hand, bare hands it, throws it away, and it's his first error of the season as Grzelcyk's allowed to score all the way from second.
On Wednesday, first inning, man on second, down the right field line. Scores Mike Lansing, and Montreal is up now by the score of 1-0. Two All-Stars struggled at the plate. Oh, Henry Rodriguez against Tom Glavine. Fred McGriff against Uget Urbina. McGriff's first at bat. Down he goes. Rodriguez. Oh, Henry. Fred second at bat. Down he goes. Rodriguez second at bat. Down he goes. Crime Dog's third at bat. Bye-bye. Rodriguez is third at bat. You got it. Bye-bye. Rodriguez 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts. Glavine struck out 8, gave up only 2 hits. McGriff went 1 for 4 with a double in the 8th. Urbina had a career-high 9 Ks. In the 8th, 1-1, Chipper Jones already has 1 homer in the game. This is a 2-run home run, his second homer of the game. Jones now has 17 this year. It breaks a 1-1 tie, and the Braves win it 3-1. Glavine.
His skills in right field. Bottom 5, Mets up 2-love. Lenny Webster sends a shot to right, but Ochoa getting his glove freak on, making up for an 0 for 3 2-strikeout day at the plate. Robert Person got help behind him. In the 6th, he didn't need it. Cliff Floyd hits the chopper. Person gets up for the downstroke, makes the out at first. 2 batters later, Henry Rodriguez hits a chopper back to the mound. Person knocks it down, then barehands it. Rodriguez 0 for 4 in the game, still 2-love Mets. Top 8, Barry Manuel facing Todd Hundley, and Hundley just as cool as the other side of the pillow. A 2-run blast to right. The All-Stars' 21st job of the year, 4-zip Mets. Bottom 9, Webster grounds to third. Edgardo Alfonso makes a superb play to begin the 5-4-3 double play. Mets, despite Ray Ordonez's 18th error.
Third, 2-zip Montreal, Jason Isringhausen to Cliff Floyd. Base hit to left. Bernard Gilkey misplays it. 3-0 Expos, and Izzy angry. Moises Alou, he has the highest fielding percentage of all National League right fielders. Butch Husky to right. Man, that looks pretty. You know that hurts on the turf. 6-2 Expos. Top of the 7th, Mets begin to come back. Jose Vizcaíno, base hit to center. That scores Brent Mayne and Carl Everett. 6-4 Montreal. And here we go. Top of the 8th, now tied at 6th. They'll be tied at 6. Butch Husky on third, and Everett comes through. Base hit to center. Butch scores. The Mets would tack on 2 more in the inning and go on to win 9.
Making some practice, his team not following his lead. Lance Johnson, the tapper to third, that's not good. Dave Silvestri throwing it away. Bobby Jones scores 4 Expos. Errors by the Expos in this game. Top 5 score tied at 2. Alex Ochoa breaks it open for the Mets off Kirk Reeder. Ochoa's 3rd homer in 14 games. Mets were up by 3. Bottom 6, Mets up 2. Expos tying runs on Bobby Jones. Stepping up, striking out, Dave Silvestri. Bottom 7 now, Henry Rodriguez, now an All-Star at the plate. 2 runners on. Jones unhappy because he was pulled, but he watched Dave Malecki do the job for him, and Jones had to appreciate that effort. Top of the 9th now, Mets would blow it open. Bases full, Lance Johnson. That's his 13th triple of the year to lead the majors and put the Mets up 10-3, and New York going on to an 11-3 victory. The Mets scoring 5 runs in the ninth. They pound out 19 hits for the game to win.
Explain that to us, Ray Ordonez. Top 6, tied 1, Chris Jones at second. Jones waits for Real Cormier's pitch and then steals third. Is it Cormier's fault? Look at this. Jones noticed that Darren Fletcher's just sort of been throwing the ball softly back. Took off on the delayed steal. Important this play was. Obviously, we wouldn't have shown it to you otherwise, because 2 pitches later, Cormier bounces one past the catcher. Jones scores 2-1 Mets. So Fletcher is not a happy camper until this happens. Bottom 6, 1 on. Fletcher hits the ball real hard. Oh, redemption. 2-run homer. Expos hang on to win 4-3 and avoid the sweep. The irony here is that before this one, Expos manager Felipe Alou had ripped
from the Montreal Expos, shortstop Mark Gretzelonic, outfielder Henry Rodriguez, and pitcher Pedro Martinez.
They shower the field with those O-Henry bars when he connects. Vaughn dives and can't get it. Chipper Jones being waved home by Jimmy Williams. There's the 3rd National League run on a pinch hit RBI single from Henry Rodriguez.
And Martinez has a very good fastball. He moves it around very well, and an excellent changeup. And he's the brother of Ramon Martinez,
who's 0 for 2. There he goes. And the pitch is hit in the air to left. An immediate chance for Ellis Burks, who makes the catch, and Lofton retreats. So it isn't a blight on his career. Can't catch up with the high heat and goes down swinging.
That's just what it was for Martinez, a fastball upstairs out of the strike zone.
Rushers are getting to it. The runner breaks from first. Vaughn taps it toward the middle. Ozzie over on the second base side of the bag to throw him out. So they leave 2, and they can't break through after 5.5, still 4-0.
Curt Schilling hasn't won since May 24th. He gets Rodriguez looking at strike 2. Yo, Henry, deja vu on a called strike gets you back to the dugout. Rodriguez leading his team with 95 strikeouts. Bottom 3, Cliff Floyd blew up deep to right field for a triple. Mark Grudzielanek will score Floyd's 2nd triple of the year. 1-zip Expos. Top 4, 1-zip Montreal. Kevin Stocker cracks it to left. Floyd says, see what had happened? It was his 3rd error of the year. Pete Incaviglia and Ruben Amaro score. Phil's jump ahead 2-1. Leadoff batter Todd Zeile. Can I get a witness from the congregation? Just inside the left field line, his 14th homer of the year, 50th RBI. Phillies.
Hit to deep left field. This ball way out of here. 2-run home run, Todd Zeile. And the Phillies take a 2-0 lead here in the first. Number 15 for Zeile. Dugout. In the hole, a base hit to left. Rodriguez scores, and it's a 2-1 Phillies lead. Jammed him, and he pops it into shallow right center base hit. Otero scores. Morandini to 3rd, and the Phillies now lead at 3-1 on a looping single by Jeffries. Fine drive off the tip of the glove of Lansing. Jeffries moves up, coming in to score Morandini. Jeffries had to hold on, and they might have had a play on him at second base had Obando fielded the ball right away.
Rip. All the way to the fence. They're going to score Santangelo and Clifford Floyd. A ringing double.
Mills runner on 3rd. Pete Incaviglia takes Real Cormier to right field for a homer. Inky's 15th of the year. Phillies up 3-0. Bottom 1, Mike Mims embarrassing Henry Rodriguez and everybody in Henry's family. Rodriguez hitting 135 in July. Cuts wind again in the 3rd. He struck out 16 of his last 31 at-bats. Bases loaded, bottom 5. Sherman Obano hits a liner to center field. Ricky Otero slips, still makes the grab. Top 8, Incaviglia facing Omar Dowd. Hilladroma get wicked. Crushes one to left center field. 3rd multi-homer game of the year for Inky. 14th multi-homer game of his career. 16th homer of this year. Phillies go on to win it.
Reached the Phillies and Moises, his substitute. Sherman Obando, 1 for 10 prior to that. Solo shot his 6th, 18th RBI. Bottom 4, tied at 1. Same guy.
Last year it was Henry Rodriguez and Felipe Alou wanted out of winter ball. This year it's Sherman Obando for Tony Tarasco. Here, a game they had to win after losing 6 out of 7. He hits 2 home runs.
2-1 Montreal. The laser. Mike Lansing to short right. FP Santangelo was on. He's in. Lansing's 30th RBI. Spos up 3-2. They go on and win 5-2 because later in the game, Santangelo hit a 2-run home goal.
6-0. Jimmy Williams calling for the squeeze. Greg Maddux hitting 114, executes perfectly. Ryan Klesko scores Maddox's first RBI since '94. To the 4th, Greg Maddux cruising along, facing Sherman Obando. Chipper Jones boots it. Chipper's 11th error of the year. Run scores, puts the tying run at the plate. Rodriguez, hit the double, get wicked. Henry's 26th homer of the year. His first homer since the All-Star break. That ties it at 4. Bottom 4th, Jermaine Dye at the plate. He wraps a single to left off Barry Manuel. Jermaine's 15th RBI of the year. Chipper Jones scores from second. 5-4 Braves. 7th inning, Jeff Blauser at the plate. Look out. Blauser gets hit on the left hand with the fastball. He left the field with the broken hand. He's out 4 to 6 weeks. In the 9th, Henry Rodriguez strikes out for the 102nd time this year. Mark Wohlers gets the save. Braves hang on to win it.
Hammy, scoreless in the 4th. FP Santangelo against Glavin. Rondell White on 3rd, and you didn't have to squeeze it, but you did, and I thank you. White just off the DL, and look at that terrific slide to avoid the tag from Javi Lopez. Jeff Facero threw 7 shutout, but the bullpen lets him down. McGriff, a liner, and Mel Rojas sees it go off Mike Grzelcik's glove. And the next batter, Javi Lopez, smokes one to left center. 2-run double, RBIs 44 and 45 for Javi, and the Braves have a 2-1 lead. But the Expos would tie it in the top of the 9th. Bottom 9 now, 2-1 for Mark Lemke. Tim Scott, brain cramp, lets the bunt roll, and the bases are loaded, nobody out. So they bring 5 infielders, and against Chipper Jones, ball game. Dwight Smith, who led off the inning with a pinch double, scores the winner, and on Chipper's 73rd RBI of the year, Braves win it. Oh, Henry. Number 27 on the year, Spos early, 3-0. Not the way the Mets wanted to start. Top 3, it's 3-2. Rodriguez pops it up. Gilkey and Ordonez, and what do you think happens here?
Well, Gilkey takes control. He calls him off, but he just loses the ball. He just shanked it. I mean, that's all that I can say about that. He just missed the ball.
Cliff Floyd scores, unearned run, Rodriguez to second. Then Ochoa, Johnson.
Strange play. You don't see that very often. It looks like it got knocked down. It was really weird.
And Pete Harnish is there saying, you know, you got to catch the ball. As for the other pitcher, Pedro Martinez, tremendous. Bottom 6, Gilkey. He K'd in his first 2 at-bats and 3 of his 4 Ks.
Well, we talked about him in the first show. He can overpower you with his fastball, and he can throw that breaking ball.
The Spos looking for their 3rd win in a row as they battle the Mets. Paul Wilson looking for his 4th win, facing Cliff Floyd. Floyd grounds to Alfonso. His throw is in the dirt, but Butch Husky can't grab it. That's a hit. Wilson getting some support from Ray Ordonez. Oh, my goodness. Shane Andrews with a bloop into shallow left. And we've seen this before. Ray's on it. Oh, yes. Next pitch. Ordonez. He's grooving to his left, makes the sliding stop, throws out Yamil Martinez. My goodness. Todd Hundley supplies the offense. Hundley with a 2-run blast to right field. Hundley's 26th home run, his 3rd RBI in the game as the Mets win. Another New York pitching duo locks up a win. Paul Wilson and John Franco work together on a 3-ball.
And in this game, pitching like him. Mike Lansing gave out, I don't think it's Bible. His 7th home run, 2-0 Spos. Then Cliff Floyd's the next hitter. It's 3-0, and he believes that's ball 4. Dana DeMuth says it's strike 1. Now, revenge is a dish which people of taste prefer to eat cold, and Cliff Floyd has great taste. It's deep, and I don't think it's playable that side. 3-0 Spos on Floyd's 4th home run. He was happy to have gone down to first base on the walk. Butch Husky, meanwhile, no such luck against Jeff Facero. This is not pretty. However, against Mike Dyer in the 7th, oh, Butch is on fire. He's on Tierra del Fuego, which is where the ball landed. His 8th, Mets are down by 1. In the 8th, though, 2 runners on. Jose Vizcaíno struck out by Mel Rojas, and the Mets do not rally enough 4-3.
Now we know. Back to the National League. Pirates and the wild card hunting Expos. Bottom 6 tied at 1. Jay Bell, the little blooper. Cliff Floyd coming hard. No. Everybody's safe. It loads the bases, but Cliff says, well, who cares about that? I tore my pants. Next batter, Mike Kingery. With the bases juiced, master of his domain. Off Pedro Martinez, the grand slams. Kingery's second job of the year. Pirates win it by a count of 5-1. John Lieber allowed 6 hits while striking out 4 to pick up the win. Martinez says bloopers are falling. Little
Al Martin, booyah, takes Real Cormier's 1-1 offering deep to right. Gone, 14th of the year, 3-2 Pirates. Top 5 tied at 3, Mike Lansing in third. Rondell White chops one over pitcher Chris Peters. Jay Bell makes the great barehanded play, but Lansing will score from third base. Rondell White 2 for 4, 2 RBI, but he got thrown out there. 4-3 Expos. Bottom 7, still 4-3. Jermaine Allensworth pops one up. Pitcher Omar Dow goes away. Henry Rodriguez caught him off, but Henry, you got to make that catch. Allensworth's first major league hit in RBI. Bottom 9 still 4-4. Angelo Encarnacion lays down the bunt. Mel Rojas falling down, fires to third. Mark Johnson is toast. 1 out, runner on first. Next batter, pinch hitter Mike Kingery getting his on the left. His only at bat. That brought up Allensworth again. And just as cool as the other side of the pillow. And his second big league game, he ropes it into left field. Encarnacion comes around to score the game winner. Allensworth 2 for 5. He and the Pirates win at 5-4. John Ayers.
Langford stepping in against Uget Urbina. Langford. Rondell White, you might as well face it. He's addicted to glove. Top 5, Cards up 2-1. Moises Alou back for the Expos. Smacks one right back up the middle. Urbina on base. He'll motor around to score. RBI number 58 for Alou. Tied at 2. Bottom 7 still 2-2. Mark Grzelanic just robs Willie McGee, and then watch how heads up Grzelanic is. Brian Jordan, smoked meat. That's getting it done out at the plate. Top of the 8th. How many times have you seen Grzelanic make a play and then the next highlight we show you getting a hit? Well, right here, we see it that time off Mark Pekazik. FP Santangelo scores. The Expos would go on to win at 4-2. The Cardinals have
walked in his first 3 times to the plate. Here in the bottom of the first, steals second. Bottom of the third, Langford on at first, steals second again. Theme warning. Bottom of the fourth, Langford on first. He's going to steal second. He'll move to third, following the poor throw by Darren Flesher. After each steal, he would be driven in. Ron Gant brings him in the first with a home run. Gant's 18th on the year. Cards up 2-0. How did Langford get home in the bottom of the third? Score tied at 2. Brian Jordan. Base knock brings in Langford. Cards go up 3-2. How did Langford get home in the fourth? Ron Gant. Langford, 3 walks, 3 steals, 3 runs scored. And the Cardinals win it by the final of 6-3. Bennis.
Man on first, Lansing right up the middle. Look at Ozzie. There's one, there's the double play. 3-3 game, bottom 8th. Ozzie at the plate. Luis Salisay is on second. And Ozzie down, and it goes into center field. Cards up 4-3. It was 6-3 after 8. Here comes Eck. He gave up a leadoff home run to Shane Andrews. The next 2 guys get on. Tony La Russa has to come out and make a change. The Cardinals do win, but as you watch the next second as he walk off, Peter, he wasn't happy.
Well, it's tough when you're a Hall of Famer and you get booed, but Cardinals know they have to do something about their bullpen. They tried to get Tom Henke to come back again last week. He said no. Danny Jackson's going to come back and be in the bullpen, but they've still been looking.
Base hit up the middle. Ellis Brooks comes in to score. We're tied at 1 run apiece. Bottom 4 still 1-1. Moises Alou on second. Henry Rodriguez, who went 2 for 4. Base hit to right field. Alou comes in to score, and Rodriguez actually able to stretch it into a double. 2-1 Expos. 3 batters later, Jamie Wright on the hill. Rodriguez is on third. Wright intentionally walked Shane Andrews to get to the pitcher, Real Cormier, and we have a developing situation. This is the pitcher now. Cormier went 2 for 2. He's a 180 career hitter. And look at that, off the wall for a triple. Rodriguez scores. Andrews scores. And the Expos go up by the score of 4-1. Top of the 8th. Weiss to center. Rondell White coming in, efforting. Great effort. Montreal wins it by the score of 4-1. So the Rockies have now lost 12 of their last 15 on the road.